Hi guys, so this is an excerpt from a club Q&A that I recently did on Merriam Style Club, so I'll leave a link down below on how you can join if you're interested, and I hope you enjoy the excerpt. Alright, so let's get into the first question. So this says, "Hi Merriam, I'm a romantic that likes more of an edgy style and also the color black." Yeah, I also love the color black. "I have a pair of black jeans and I'm wondering if it's better to wear a black top with it or a top that is a romantic color like pastel. I know head to toe black isn't good for romantics, but neither is color blocking. How much black is too much for romantics to have in an outfit? Is it better to just have one black item or should it be repeated? Thanks." Alright, so you're telling me that you like more of an edgy style, so you have to know something about black. Rounded mixed or theatrical romantic, in my opinion, they look amazing in black, especially if it is a lightweight fabric, maybe with some lace, so, you know, maybe some sort of slightly gothic type of look. It looks really, really cool on rounded mixed. And so that looks just right on them. And then if you are rounded, anything that's rounded mixed, so if you're a romantic, anything that's theatrical romantic is going to look more sexy on you. So basically, in other words, if you wear black, it's going to look really sort of bold on you if you are a romantic. And it's also going to it can look, of course, if there aren't enough other rounded elements, if there aren't enough other soft elements, it can definitely look a bit harsh for sure. So I agree with you where you're getting these ideas. You're right that colors like pastels, colors like bright colors, things that don't look so heavy tend to look more effortless on a rounded type or on a romantic, okay? Especially if you're a pure romantic. A pure rounded type. So what you're asking about here is what should you do with your black pants, basically? Should you wear them with a light top? So what I would personally do is I would wear them with a black top or with a dark top or whatever you like, burgundy top or whatever other color you usually pair with black. And keeping that in mind, I would go for a really lightweight fabric top to lift the visual weight so that the color black doesn't look as heavy. So if you are wearing something that is lace, if you're wearing something that is a lightweight fabric, it's going to make the look seem lighter and less heavy, so that will sort of counteract the color. The same is true if you are watching this and you're a rounded type and you want to wear earth tones, then those dark earth tones, the rich earth tones, I really would be careful with those earth tones and do it pretty intentionally because those can look really quite heavy, just like black or just like dark colors. So again, if you're wearing any of those heavy looking colors, lightweight fabrics, lace, intricacy, little ruffles, anything like that, that will sort of make it look lighter in visual weight, like visually lighter, will make it look much more connected to you as a rounded type. So let's think about vice versa now. Let's say if you are another body type who looks really more connected with colors that are darker, like if you're a sharpened type, dramatic, you look more harmonious, more just effortless in darker colors like navies and blacks. And if you are a bevel type, natural, beveled firm, especially like flamboyant natural, you might look more connected to deeper colors in general, and maybe pastels and bright colors or only pastels might be a little bit too lightweight for you in terms of the color. Well, you would do the opposite. So if you are a sharpened type and you want to wear pastels, you might want to really think about going for a thicker fabric, really incorporate those geometrics, and really think about the other elements of your look that you can basically give your look a bit more gravitas, a bit more visual weight to sort of support your bone structure if you are a sharpened type and you're wearing these pastels. It doesn't mean that you can't, you can never wear pastels if you're a sharpened type, right? You can, it's just that you want to make sure that you're doing it intentionally and going for textures that are really smooth and sleek and thick in terms of the fabrics, and that is going to work out really well in terms of sort of balancing the softness of pastel. And you can take a look at Tilda Swinton, for example, wearing pastels, and it'll often be in these sleek, sleek textures that are thick fabrics, and I think it looks just fine. And then if you're a bevel type, and if you're beveled firm, flamboyant natural, and you want to wear pastels, you might want to add more texture, because that's your element that is going to make the look feel more heavy. So you want for it to have some visual weight, you want for it to be able to support your bone structure, and you want for that texture to also be maybe a bit thicker, like thicker textured things, and things that just have those long lines that will sort of balance your silhouette and give support to your bone structure when that color is just so light and so fluffy that basically, it's not really supporting you as a bevel type. So any kind of pastel is not going to support you as a bevel type, but if you want to wear it, then you certainly can. Just make sure you're incorporating your long lines, some really thick, heavy textures to give the look some more visual weight. And maybe I should mention blended sharpened. Dramatic Classic also looks better in sort of those darker colors, maybe not so much pastels. If you want to wear pastels, then you do the same thing as sharpened, because you do have similarities. You just have kind of moderate length lines, and sharpened has long lines. And if you're blended sharpened, Dramatic Classic, you are going to stay away from asymmetry, but sharpened is going to have asymmetry. Dramatic has asymmetry, Dramatic Classic does not. So, but there are a lot of similarities. So for colors, it's the same thing. If you want to wear pastels as a blended sharpened type, you probably want to also do some thicker fabrics, some geometrics, and maybe incorporate some darker elements if that's not sort of against the look that you're going for. If you don't mind, you could incorporate some contrasting darker elements to sort of add a little bit of interest to the look and add some dynamic colors to it. And finally, if you are mixed, any sort of gamine type, you are more easily flattered by dynamic color combinations, so not something like pastels that'll really wash you out, basically. So for you, I would say it's easier for you to wear pastels than, let's say, sharpened, and you don't have to be, I guess, as intentional with it. But some things that you can do is, of course, if you don't mind, if it doesn't go against your look, then you can incorporate some pastels with some darker colors. So you would do sort of a contrast in terms of the value of the colors, and not so much, you don't have to wear bright colors if you're mixed. If you're gamine, any kind of gamine, you could just wear black all the time, and you'll be fine. And there are so many images of Audrey Hepburn wearing black head to toe, and she looks excellent. You can break up your lines in other ways. You don't have to wear bright colors. You don't have to wear you don't have to do color blocking. You can break up your silhouette in other ways. I talk about this in my video on mixed types. So you have a lot of options, and the same can go for pastels. So if you are wearing pastels, if you are mixed top, flamboyant gamine, you might want to really focus on those short lines, that broken silhouette, just that statement silhouette, everything like that. And you probably could wear pastels. Just also think about maybe your makeup being a bit more dynamic, and if you're not interested in that, you might actually be trying to go for more of like an ethereal look in pastels, right? If you're mixed hot, and you might take a look at Lisa Bonet, who is mixed hot, flamboyant gamine, and she does this sort of soft makeup look, and her outfits can sometimes be quite soft in color, and that can tend to look really beautiful on her. So you can definitely do it if you're mixed hot, as long as there are enough of those mixed hot elements in your look otherwise. And if you're mixed soft, you can also do it. Jenna Coleman can do pastels pretty well. She's mixed soft. That's soft gamine. So you can do it. It's just that you want to make sure you have enough of the other elements. So, the small little ruffles, or, something like that. Your hair is in your own lines. You have sharp waist emphasis. So if you are mixed soft, think about all the other elements, and you could do pastels. So that is it, you guys. That was the excerpt. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave some comments down below and let me know your thoughts. And if you are interested in joining club, I'll leave a link in the description on how you can join. Okay, leave me some comments and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.